breadfruit is kind of interesting just because you don't eat this fruit the way you would eat a your typical fruit, because you have to cook it. You can, I've heard, wait until these things get so super ripe that they are practically mush, and then you can eat them just like regular, but that doesn't sound very good. So I'm going to end up actually cooking this and using it the way, people actually use this kind of the way that we would use like a potato. What's really interesting about breadfruit is that this is a staple food. It's comparable nutrition-wise to white rice, to cassava, to taro, to sweet potatoes, all those good starchy foods with lots of nutrition. This is right up there with it. A single breadfruit tree can produce over 200 fruits in just one season, and when it's off season, it still produces some fruit. So it's a very high yield tree, and it's also very nutritious. So it is a useful fruit to a lot of people. The tree itself, it produces latex, which can be used to seal boats, and the bark is really good for building with, and even resists a lot of pests. So it's good for that. People have found ways to use this for medicinal purposes, and also for fabric. So it's a very useful fruit. So it's interesting though, just because I'm not going to be able to just take a bite out of it. I would love to, but no. So I'm going to actually roast this thing, because I found a video on YouTube of somebody roasting this breadfruit on their stove. And I'm going to try to do that, because traditionally how these things are eaten is they are roasted like in a fire or in a pit. And I want to try to replicate that as best I can. So I'm going to do something that's kind of unsafe. Hopefully it'll go okay. I'm going to have a couple friends help me with this as well, just in case I get lit on fire, they can put me out. The first step to cook this is you need to cut the stem out. So let me see if I can get this guy out without stabbing myself. Okay, I'm learning the hard way that having a serrated knife is not very helpful in this. It'd be better to have a like a carving knife, or a
paring knife?
Like a paring knife, yeah, that would be good. Okay. Okay, so you want to take the stem out, and then you go on the other side and you make an X in it. This is so it doesn't explode when you heat it up. I'm going to do the same thing here just for the hell of it. Okay, now you take this guy and you put it top side where the stem was down on the burner, and you turn it on high heat.
High heat?
High heat. Lower, just so it's not just shooting around it. Okay. Different instructions. Some places say you just do a half an hour this side, a half an hour that side. But I watched a video that said to do 10 minutes on the top, 8 on each of the 4 sides there, 10 minutes on the bottom, and then another 5 on the top to even it out. So I'm going to try that one. And supposedly, if it doesn't cook all the way through, you can cut it open and test it to see if it's cooked. If it's not cooked, then you put it back on, even if it's cut in half. So let's see what happens.
That's what that looks like.
Okay, It's done. It's been like an hour. We did 10 minutes on the top. We did 8 minutes on 3 of the sides, and on the last side it was getting really charred, so I lessened the time. I think maybe because ours is smaller. And then another 10 minutes for this the slit end. As you see, the split like opened up. And now what you're supposed to do is, according to the video I watched, is wrap it with a wet newspaper. I'm gonna use a paper towel, just so it loosens it up. And I'm supposed to let this cool for 30 minutes.
Looks so weird. Like a weird funeral shroud.
Ooh, you hear that crispy sound? A little snap, crackle, pop.
I'm really glad it's not your flesh crisping.
And it kind of smells like sweet potato. Do smell the little breadfruit butt. Yeah.
Oh, that does smell like a sweet potato.
It does. And we've got the breadfruit butt, and then we've got the breadfruit mouth over there. We're suffocating.
I want to smell its butt.
Yeah. There you go. Give it that whiff. Sweet potatoes, right? Yeah. I guess that makes sense because they're supposed to be potato-like in taste, but they have sugar in it. Quite a lot of sugar because it's a fruit. I'm gonna let this sit here for 30 minutes and then peel it. Pretty warm after a half an hour being in there, but I did spend an hour.
Just rip it open with your...
No, I'm gonna peel off the skin.
It's crazy.
Supposedly,
This is what it would look like if you skinned a dragon.
Exactly. Supposedly, wetting it with the paper towel is supposed to make it easier to peel, and so you don't lose as much fruit when you do it.
It doesn't seem to have much of a rind. It's just like...
Well, the rind got
goes
all,
straight
like,
into it.
cooked.
Yeah, it's actually, cutting it raw is very, very difficult, so this is surprisingly easy how it's coming off. So I've had breadfruit before, and it was
Man, it does feel like
really
bread.
difficult.
That's crazy. It's like a weird mushy bread.
It smells like bread, especially with the char. It's easy to cut through. It's like hard on the outside. It's like really crispy on the outside, but the inside is really, really soft. And also, it's good to note that it's supposed to be a lot lighter once it gets cooked, and it is quite lighter. Cut it down the middle.
Whoa.
Look at that weird thing.
Looks
There's
like a
the core.
kiwi.
It does look like a kiwi. Now,
Oh, it's warm.
Do you eat the core?
no. Some breadfruit actually has seeds inside, but this is a seedless variety. After you cook it, you take out the heart here, this little core. Yeah, this is kind of like falling apart in my hands. Usually you're supposed to cut it into slices, but this is going to be a little avant-garde. Probably the most time-consuming fruit that I've ever dealt with, and my gas bill is probably going to be through the roof this month, so hopefully this is worth it.
Just for an hour at high heat.
Yeah, an hour in high heat, a half an hour cooling, and then all the time preparing it. It's like a 2-hour job to eat this fruit. Time for the fruit team this time. This is Stu. This is Albo. I'm Jared. We're going to eat this together. It smells like burnt toast a little bit, like burnt bread.
Yeah.
Very starchy, charred. But yeah, let's see what it tastes like. I get like a piece that doesn't have too much charcoal on it.
This looks good. Ready?
Fine. Yeah, not a lot of flavor. Not a lot. There is like a little bit of a fruit taste to it, which is interesting. You know, I'm getting like people say it tastes like potatoes and
It tastes mostly like campfire.
like campfire.
Yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
pretty chirpy. It does taste like potato-y though.
yeah, it's starchy.
But
It's-
more sweet potato. It's
Yeah.
more like a sweet
It
potato.
needs salt.
I think you're right.
Okay. Just went for it.
Yeah. So let's try again. With some flavor enhancement.
A lot better with salt. This tastes a lot more like a potato now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It is better with salt. It's
Needs
It's like
salt.
campfire French fries.
yeah, it's somewhere between like potato and like really doughy bread kind of
Yeah.
taste.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think if it weren't for roasting it, it would taste more like a potato. But because we roasted it and it gets that kind of char taste to it, it tastes a little bit more like bread. But it also has like a little sour note
Yeah.
to it. Like I'm tasting like a little bit of like the of the fruit taste. It's faint, but it's there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, kind of like a little bit.
I like it.
I think it would make a really solid like side dish
Yeah,
on a table, but like not necessarily a quality main course.
That is a good way of putting it. I would never eat this for dinner.
But I would
No.
eat it with my dinner.
it's a good side
I
dish.
might eat it with my dinner if Jared made me.
Yeah, but you wouldn't.
Which he's about to.
But yes. But I think the main thing I would like to say is that it's okay, but it's not worth 2 hours preparation, cooking, and cooling to eat. If you get a breadfruit, like prepare it in a quicker way, like fry it up or something, or make someone else cook it for you.
I think that if you have a barbecue and you want to like shake things up a little bit and like for fun, you could throw it on the grill like
Yeah.
there, or like we were talking about probably where it's from, they probably just pitch it in the fire.
And it would probably not take as long because, you know, the reason it takes an hour is because you have to cook it one side at a time.
Yeah.
I bet you could do this in like half an hour.
Yeah, I think if you have like a fire going and you've got some breadfruits on hand, then throw them in, and you know it's fun. If you're doing something else and have like a hell of a lot of free time to kill, then yeah, go for it. But if you're just cooking dinner, there's no reason to do this. Bland, it takes a long time, but it's okay.
Yeah.
All right,
It's not nothing really objectionable.
That's
It's pretty good.
all right. That's it.